Glee again. Guys, I am so happy now. I can't stop smiling. I am going to be reviewing Glee Season 5, Episode 1, Love, Love, Love. Yes, guys, that's the perfect time for this episode because I loved this episode. Best episode in a long time. Very, very, very good episode. And, here's the thing. You guys remember my very long rant in the finale? Literally, they fixed everything. They did exactly what I wanted them to do with every storyline. And I can't believe it. I'm like, what the hell? Did they listen to my review or something? They did everything I asked them to do. Everything I ever said in my reviews I had a problem with last season, they fixed in this episode. It's like they fixed all the mistakes. Now, it's not just me. It's probably a group of people agree with me on what I said. But they literally fixed everything. So I really have to get to the episode. I absolutely loved it. And one of the things I loved about this episode was that there was no main storyline. Yes, Kurt and Blaine were the main storyline, but really there was no main storyline. It was filled with a bunch of different storylines as they went along, and I really enjoyed that. I like that they didn't focus on one storyline. Each scene, they didn't have many scenes for a lot of the storylines, and I really enjoyed that a lot because I have a lot to talk about in this episode, and there's a lot I really want to talk about, and a lot I was very, very happy with. Let's first talk about, I think we should talk about Rachel first, because I really loved what they did with, Rachel and Santana. By the way, guys, if you can't tell, I am in love with Glee again. I didn't like it as much last season. I don't know what they did wrong. I think Ryan Murphy realized they screwed up last season, because they focused way too much on the new normal, which, that's a fine show, but I didn't find it all that funny. I didn't really like that show, but they didn't focus enough on Glee. Now that the new normal is over, they can really focus on Glee and make storylines better, and boy did they ever. Let's start with Rachel. First of all, with Rachel, we realized right away that Rachel did not get the role of Fanny Bryce. She had to be called back for a second callback, which they do this, so this is very realistic. I'm very happy with the realistic stuff they're doing here. She had to read a little scene from Funny Girl, and they basically said that that's all they need to see, which basically means that Rachel did not get the part. Now, this makes perfect sense to me, because this is probably very, very realistic. I mean, there are two things. One, Rachel has no experience other than show choir and school musicals. That's all the experience she has, and classes she took when she was younger. But other than that, she does not have a lot of experience. So, really, that was very realistic what happened, because that's what would happen. That's what happens to freshmen in college. They don't get casted right away. As any Broadway star, Aaron Tveit, he didn't get casted till like after college. My idols, Aaron Tveit, Laura Osnes, Jeremy Jordan, did not get casted till after college, and that's what's gonna happen to Rachel. Two, yes, she's just another pretty face. Yes, she has a beautiful voice and she's a really good actress, but every girl is. There's nothing big about her other than that. And you know, I love Rachel in the show, but she's my favorite character. She always will be. But I'm saying, like, I can definitely see the reasoning. So she gets very upset and kind of goes back to her, kind of like begging and pleading for everything, and she's very upset over it. And Santana basically gets her a job at the place she's working at. But here's what I love, guys. It's like Ellen Stardust Diner, and if you guys know me, you know that Ellen Stardust Diner is my favorite restaurant because they sing to you. They do, they sing to you. And this isn't called the Stardust Diner. I believe it's called Diner Theater. I think it's called the Diner Theater. That's what it's called. And I love the title because it's exactly like Ellen Stardust Diner. They can't say Ellen Stardust Diner, so they just replaced it with that. It's really great. They both get jobs there. And who is there but the producer? And Rachel wants to prove to this guy that she really wants this role, and she sings to him a song, and he looks kind of convinced, but before anything can happen, she leaves. And why does she leave? Because that all ties into the Kurt and Blaine stuff. But overall, I really love their storyline. I felt it was a bit rushed, but the thing is, like, we don't really need to see a lot of it. We're probably going to see a lot more next week when Demi Lovato comes on. Plus, this was mainly focused on Kurt and Blaine and letting them have a happy ending and stuff and everything. So, as I said, most of the plots, they did not get a lot of screen time because of the songs. And that was not a problem for me at all, because the songs were not just songs that they first sound the song, they didn't make any sense why they sang that song. Oh no, all the songs in this episode, it made perfect sense why they sang that song. It's almost like some of the songs were written for this episode. It's really cool, and I've always loved that about Glee. And they really have that it factor back, so I'm very happy about that. So now let's get to Kurt and Blaine. Guys, you know my complaint last season. Kurt was not into Blaine last season. But the first time we see them, they're being very cute. They're being like season 2 Kurt and Blaine, season 3 Kurt and Blaine. Very cute. Kurt's like joking around with Blaine. And Kurt decides, you know what? I want to try to take this out. I want to try. Blaine kind of tries to convince Kurt, and Kurt ends up convinced. He's like, you know what? I want to try this again. And I'm happy for Kurt because, you know, I'm always going to be pro Kurt. I really like Blaine. Definitely both of them are my favorite characters. But I'm definitely Kurt over Blaine. Although I do really like Blaine, I'm definitely more with Kurt over Blaine because I love both of them. I do. I love both of them as characters. I think they're both really good actors. But I prefer Kurt. And I definitely was happy to see Kurt's point of view for once. We didn't just see Blaine's. We saw both of them. And I really like that. Kurt decides he wants to give it a try, and they're back together now. So Blaine decides this is the perfect opportunity now to try to stage a proposal for Kurt, and he knows when he did wrong. He knows he needs to go all out, and he basically decides that since, you know, this whole married equality thing is working out, which, you know what, I'm happy for these people. I said it last season, and I'll say it again. I am happy for these people. I am happy that they are getting their chance to be who they want to be. They can live like normal people. Even though I'm not personally gay and I can't exactly relate to it, I can in the sense that they're getting their happy ending. They get to do what everybody else gets to do. They're not being singled out or anything. So I'm very happy about that for them. But other than that, other than that, be who you want to be. I don't really care about that because I really just feel like you should be who you want to be. And I definitely love Blaine's speech with saying how people aren't as discriminating anymore. No, they're not. Like, you see gay people walking down the street, you're just like, okay, they're gay. Like, there are people in my school who I assume are gay. They might be, they might not be. It's really not that important to me. It's really not going to affect anything. It really is not a big, really is not a big deal to me on what your sexuality is or what religion you are or your skin color or anything like that. I am not a discriminating person. I am not a racist. And I really love Blaine's speech about that because that's true. You shouldn't be discriminating about that stuff. And, it definitely, marriage equality is a good thing. Because finally they're getting their chances to live like, straight people. Straight people, but before they couldn't. They just had to get, like, an agreement or something. But now they can actually live and get married and stuff and be officially together. And I think that's wonderful that that's happening to them. So to all you gay people, that's really wonderful for you. That sounds so wrong to all you gay people, but I'm saying, like, anyone who's gay, that's very good for you, and I'm very happy for you, so that's really good. So then basically he decides that he wants to go all out. He wants to, since this whole marriage equality thing is happening, he wants to get the Warblers, the Vocal Adrenaline, and the School of the Deaf together, and they all decide to do a proposal for, for Kurt. And while this is all going on, we also see that, he wants the whole Glee Club to help him out, and that's basically what ends up happening. I also loved what they did for Tina. They also did something for Tina, and I really, really love that. In the end, though, Kurt did end up saying yes to Blaine, which I was very happy about. I was very, I like that they didn't just rush in and like, oh, he's going to say yes, he's going to say yes. I knew he was going to say yes, but I liked how they kind of left us with suspense and kind of, Kurt gave these expressions like, should I say yes, should I say no? And I like that, because his father gave him this really nice speech, which is a really powerful speech, probably one of the most powerful speeches they've had, because it really relates to what just happened with Cory Monteith. Kurt's father kind of talks about how he would have wanted to spend more time with Kurt's mother had she not been alive. He would have wanted to, had she still been alive, he would have wanted to spend more time with her. And he kind of says how it's really not up to him anymore, and so it's what Kurt wants, and that's true. you know, there's only a certain limit that parents can do. I'm not saying that parents shouldn't look out for their children. That is not what I'm saying at all. I'm saying there's a certain limit that parents can do, and, you know, he really can't do anything, and I'm happy that he basically let Kurt decide what he wanted to. He didn't say, Kurt, I am not letting you do this. You know, he basically decided, you know what, love is love. He's in college. He doesn't have anything to worry about. He's in college. He's doing well in his apartment. Blaine's graduating. Things could work out for them. Now, most times this doesn't work out, but, you know, it could work out for them. I think it definitely could work out for Kurt and Blaine. I'm definitely rooting for them, for it to work out. So, because I do like Kurt and Blaine. I didn't like them last season because they're being way too casual about things, and this season they're not being casual at all. They're just being cute, like they were in seasons 2 and 3, and now I love Kurt and Blaine again. So Kurt did end up saying yes. I was very happy about that, and I also liked that they didn't really censor anything. They let Blaine have his speech. They let them kiss. You know, they let them do this stuff, and I was happy about that because most people were upset about that, and that wasn't a problem for me last season. But I'm happy they let them do that. So now we're gonna get to my favorite part of the episode. We have the Tina storyline. Oh, we have to talk about the other storyline that I love, the Sue storyline. Oh my god, guys, that was hilarious. It's hilarious because last year Sue was just annoying me. She wasn't very funny anymore. She was upstaged by Coach Roz. This year, though, they kind of brought the season 1 Sue back with trying to blackmail Figgins into doing stuff for her, and I thought that was hilarious. Basically, she got Principal Figgins downgraded to janitor because she, like, took out all this magazines and stuff. He had to, like, make his office look like he's not the right person to be a principal at all, and I thought that was hilarious. We also find out that Becky actually confessed to Principal Figgins and that she's been suspended, so I feel bad for Becky, but I do wonder, shouldn't the student be expelled for that? I'm thinking since they know Becky didn't mean to do it, they're just going to let her off with a suspension because she does have Down syndrome, so for that, I think they are going to let her off, but some people could say, oh, that's no excuse, but Becky really didn't know what she was doing. She was just going crazy, and they realized that, because people go crazy. We all go a little crazy sometimes. Don't you guys agree? I agree. So she basically is not out to get the Glee clip, but basically what she wants to do is she wants to see if she can get both of them fired. You know, she wants to get Will and Coach Roz fired, and we didn't see a lot of Will, which I was happy about. I like that it focused mainly on just Sue, not a lot of Will, which I'm happy about, because when there's too much Will, it's really annoying. You can only take so much of, hey guys, let's do this assignment for today. You can only take so much of that. Honestly, you can only take so much. Also, not a lot of Marley, which is a good thing. Not a lot of Marley. That's a really good thing. And they didn't really focus on the newbies anymore, which I'm sure a lot of people were happy about, that they are not focusing on the newbies anymore, because that was a major problem last season. I like the newbies, but it is way too early to focus on them right now. We have to wait till these people graduate. We have to get them to graduate, and then you can focus on all of them. So yeah, I love this Sue storyline. Now let's get to my two favorite parts of the episode. First, Tina. So Blaine was really concerned about Tina because this all connects into the Kitty and Artie storyline. Basically, Artie and Kitty, they're together now, but this girl Bree walks by, and Bree is your bitch of the season. She is, you know, season 1 you had Quinn as your bitch of the season. Season 2 you had Santana. Season 3 you had Santana. Season 4 you had Kitty. This year we have Bree, and Bree, she kind of seems like a girl who seems nice, but she's really mean. And she is kind of like one of those people who's like, I don't give a crap what I do. I can do what I want. I don't give a shit. I can do whatever I want. And she kind of feels like one of those people. And she basically says how she posts all these pictures on Instagram of Kitty and Artie, and Kitty just wants them to be friends. But then she tells Artie how they can keep their relationship a secret. And I loved You've Got to Hide Your Love Away. That was my favorite songs of the episode by far. I'm not talking about the songs really because I talked about them on the songs portion, which you guys can see. Love, love, love songs. I might leave the link in the description, but you guys can probably just find it for yourself, so I probably won't do that. But yeah, so she wants to keep their relationship on the down low, and Artie's not exactly happy about this. He kind of just like, whatever, and he kind of just wants to go with it, but Tina sees this, and she's kind of like, you can't let Kitty do this, and I'm really happy that they're actually letting Tina have a legit storyline this season. This is not just some little storyline that Tina has like she usually does. No, she's having a legit storyline, and I'm very happy about that. So I'm very happy they're doing that, and she basically breaks the news to everyone that they're together, and I really like this scene. This was probably one of my favorite scenes of the episode. Kitty basically says how the reason she did this is because she really wanted to know for sure she liked Artie. And she was sure, and she said he can change his Facebook status in a relationship. And it was just such a cute scene. I really like Kitty and Artie together. Who would have thought that they would be together? But I really like them together. I know she's probably a sophomore. He's a senior. It might not work out for them, but I really hope it does. Let's hope that Kitty's a senior so we can see more of this, because this is adorable and probably one of the most unexpected shippings in Glee history. But I ship Wild Brands, definitely. Wild Brands all the way. Definitely Wild Brands. I love Wild Brands. Yeah. So, and then the last thing we have to talk about is Blaine kind of sees how Tina is kind of down in the dumps, and he wants to give her a prom date. And he sings her this song, I Saw Her Standing There, and she ends up picking Sam as her prom date, which is really cute, and I think they'd be a really cute couple together. I think they should at least try it out. So her and Blaine, her and Sam will be, not her and Blaine, her and Sam will be going to the prom next week, and next week is prom, so we have to see what happens. Looks like her and Blaine will be going together, but I don't know how that's going to happen since Kurt left McKinley. Glee logic. Demi Lovato will be introduced. It's going to be interesting to see Demi Lovato, you know, like, back-to-back Demi Lovato. But yeah, that's basically it for this review. I just could not be more happier about Glee. I'm very, very happy. I'm much more positive about Glee now. I just love Glee again. I'm so happy. I'm really happy, guys. I think last year I was so upset because Smash was so good it got canceled, and Glee was really bad, and it wasn't horrible, but it wasn't very good. It wasn't very good, and it got renewed, you know. But you know what? I'm very happy about this episode. I'm so impressed by the effort they put into this, and I really love this episode. So this was definitely one of my favorite episodes in a long time. I know this was a long review, but all my Glee reviews are pretty long, so that's it for this review. I hope you enjoyed it. Will Kurt and Blaine stay successful and be together? I really hope so. Will Rachel eventually get her funny girl role? What about Santana? Why do you think Santana's really working at you? What do you think Santana really wants to do? Let's see, what else is there to ask? Kitty and Artie, will they work out? I think they will. Do you like them? Do you not like them? I love Kitty and Artie. I think they're so cute together. Were you happy by the lack of Marley and Will in this episode? I was definitely happy about that. That was definitely like, oh my god, I can only take so much of both of them. Marley I like, but that's just like, she can get really annoying really fast. Are you happy they're not focusing on the newbies? I'm just completely happy that they rewrote a bunch of storylines. And what about Sue's storyline? What do you think of it? I think it's hilarious. But that's it for this review. I hope you enjoy it. I'll see you guys next video. Okay, bye.